Commander Zixathala observed the human specimen through the reinforced observation deck of Detention Complex 7. The creature sat motionless in the center of its cell, legs crossed, eyes closed. After 3 standard cycles of interrogation, torture, and psychological manipulation, the human remained unbroken. "Impossible," hissed General Vorthak, his mandibles clicking in frustration. "Every species in the galaxy breaks under our methods." The Altarians lasted mere hours. The proud Kethmori warriors crumbled in 2 cycles. What makes this thing so resistant? The human was Sergeant Marcus Chen of the Terran Defense Corps, captured during the failed defense of Colony Kepler 442b. His unit had held off 3 full battalions of Zephyrian shock troops for 18 hours before being overwhelmed. When they finally breached the human positions, they found Chen still fighting, standing over the bodies of 17 Zephyrian elite warriors. "Perhaps we haven't applied sufficient pressure," Zixathala mused. Initiate Protocol 7. The chamber filled with a nerve agent designed to cause excruciating pain while keeping the subject conscious. Most species would be screaming within seconds. Chen's breathing remained steady, controlled. His heartbeat, monitored by their sensors, barely fluctuated. Through the intercom, Chen's voice came clear and calm. "Is that the best you've got?" "My drill sergeant was tougher than this." Vorthak's eyes widened. "Increase concentration by factor 10. Still, Chen sat unmoved. Through their advanced scanners, they could see his nervous system lighting up with pain signals that should have killed him. Yet somehow his mind had compartmentalized the agony, filing it away like data in a computer. "Fascinating," whispered Dr. Kelvan, the expedition's xenobiologist. "The human brain appears to have multiple processing centers. When one becomes overwhelmed, others compensate. It's as if pain itself becomes irrelevant." For weeks they tried everything. Sensory deprivation that had driven Zephyrian prisoners to madness within hours only seemed to help Chen meditate. Sleep deprivation protocols that broke even their own species left him alert and focused. They showed him fabricated images of Earth's destruction, recordings of captured human colonies being slaughtered, techniques that had psychologically shattered countless prisoners of war. Chen simply asked, "When do we get to the part where you realize this isn't working?" The Zephyrians prided themselves on their advanced psychology and understanding of fear. Their empire had conquered 47 star systems using these techniques, breaking the will of entire species without firing a shot. But this human seemed to operate on principles they couldn't comprehend. "Sir?" Dr. Kelvan approached Commander Zixathala with his latest findings. "I've been studying the human's neural patterns. Every torture session, every psychological assault, it's not breaking him. It's adapting him. His pain tolerance increases exponentially. His mental resilience grows stronger. We're not interrogating a prisoner. We're training a weapon." The realization struck Zixathala like a plasma bolt. "Explain." "Humans appear to have evolved under constant threat. Their homeworld is a death trap. Extreme weather, predators, diseases, natural disasters. Their species developed by overcoming impossible odds. Pain doesn't break them. It teaches them. Suffering doesn't weaken them. It shows them their limits so they can surpass them." In his cell, Chen had begun a new routine. Push-ups using one arm. Mental calculations of impossible complexity. He had memorized every guard rotation, every security protocol, every weakness in their systems, not through any advanced training, but simply by paying attention while they tried to break his mind. "We need to eliminate him," Vorthak declared. "This experiment has gone too far, but it was too late." The lights flickered and died. Emergency power failed to engage. In the darkness, Chen's voice echoed through the complex's corridors. "Did you really think I was just sitting there?" During weeks of apparent passivity, Chen had been working. Every meal delivery, every guard change, every moment they thought he was broken, he had been observing, planning, adapting. The pain they inflicted had taught him to function beyond normal human limits. The isolation had forced his mind to reach new levels of focus and creativity. Using improvised tools crafted from his cell's materials, he had methodically disabled their surveillance systems, their security networks, their life support. Not through advanced technology, but through human ingenuity, patience, and an absolute refusal to accept defeat. When the emergency lighting finally activated, Chen stood in the corridor outside his cell, having turned their own detention complex into his weapon. Zephyrian guards lay unconscious around him. Not killed, but precisely incapacitated using pressure points he had deduced from their anatomy during his observation. Commander Zixthala found himself face to face with the human, whose eyes now held something that made the seasoned military commander step backward. "You wanted to know what makes humans different?" Chen's voice was steady, almost conversational. "We don't break. We bend, we adapt, we learn. Every hardship you put us through just makes us stronger. Every torture just teaches us how much we can endure. Every challenge just shows us new ways to overcome." Chen activated the complex's communication array. "This is Sergeant Marcus Chen, Terran Defense Corps, to any human forces receiving this transmission. I'm transmitting Zephyrian military codes, ship movements, and tactical data. Consider this a down payment on what happens when you underestimate humanity." As rescue ships approached and the Zephyrian garrison realized their impregnable fortress had been conquered by a single, supposedly broken prisoner, Dr. Kelvan made a final entry in his research logs. Recommendation: avoid conflict with humans at all costs. They are not a species that can be broken. They are a species that becomes stronger at the breaking point. They do not fear pain, death, or suffering. They weaponize it. We sought to forge a broken prisoner. Instead, we have created something far more dangerous. A human with nothing left to lose and everything to prove. Chen walked free that day, but he carried with him something more valuable than his freedom. He carried the knowledge that humanity's greatest strength wasn't in their technology or their numbers. It was in their absolute refusal to be anything less than unbreakable. The Zephyrians learned too late that when you try to break a human, you don't get a broken prisoner. You get a weapon stronger than anything you can imagine,